Hello everyone, welcome to the Pequeno pod with Señor Pequeños. If you want episodes early, bonus episodes, special guest interviews, and other perks, please consider supporting us on Patreon, which will give you all of those things for the price of one coffee cup per month. You can find us at patreon.com/pequenopod, Pequeno pod. Otherwise, enjoy this free episode, and I hope you have an awful day.
And I was like, okay, I gotta get on the podcast. And they're like, wait, you actually meet right at 6? Like, you meet, like, at a specific time to record? You don't just, like...
Yeah, we don't just materialize.
Yeah, I was like...
So Nick one day is like, maybe I should just pop into the chat, see what's going on. And I'm just sitting there, like, rotating in my chair, just zonked out, like, you're here! Let's record something! And Nick's like, okay.
His camera's always on.
I've always been sitting here. I'm just sitting in my own
dark
shit.
circles under your eyes. Look at the cup of coffee, like...
Hey. Poop,
oh, hey, man.
It's like a, what do you call it? It's like like one of those animals that like hibernates for like super long periods of time. It's like my heart rate is like only like once an hour, and then you pop in and it's like, hey, what's going on?
That reminds me of T-Pain when he went on his Instagram and he realized there's a requests tab. And there's all these celebrities, just
that was
100 of them, and he's like, I didn't know, dude.
Yeah.
That's funny. A lot of people still don't know about the request tab. It's kind of interesting, but...
I don't know what that is, really.
So she goes in her request, and it's just like, all these famous people. Mia Khalifa, can I be on your podcast? Fine, don't respond to me, you little bitch.
Short.
Sure. Got him.
Short-ass bitch. The Rock. Hey, been hearing what you guys have been saying. Eyebrow raise, eyebrow. He just types it, no asterisk, no gif. He's just like...
He takes a selfie and does it.
Like, that's me, if you didn't know. I'm The Rock.
I'm The Rock. Probably the worst I got was, like, I added some of my brother's friends on Snapchat when I first got Snapchat. Like, they kind of, like, automatically were on there because I was using, I think, my brother's old phone or something like that. I don't know how it worked. And then, I was, like, at a party, at, like, a frat party, and then one of my brother's friends swiped up and was like, how drunk are you? LOL. And I was like, what? And I was like, none. And then he was like, are you sure? Haha. And I was like, huh? And then he was like, send nudes. And I was like, what the fuck?
That didn't take long.
Yeah, and I was like, what? And then, you know, I should have screenshotted it because I called him out in front of, like, my brother's friends when they were over one time. And I was like, you're the one who asked me for nudes. And then they were all like, oh, nice. What? And then he's like, that never happened. That never happened.
Fucking coward, yeah.
So I should have saved it. I wish.
You should have. That's why you have two phones, so you can take pictures of the other one without screenshotting.
Oh, yeah.
Do you remember that guy on Byte that did that? That was the most genius thing I think I've ever seen on the internet. Without telling anybody, he made, like, his videos were pretty funny. It was just regular videos. He was making a video, you know, whatever it was on Byte, you know, back in the day. People were making videos every day, right? And they were just, they didn't seem like anything was out of place. It was just a normal idea, right? And then, like, 100 days later or something insane, he's like, no, I didn't tell anyone this, but the first word of every single one of my past videos makes a song. And so when you scrolled through them all, the first word of every song made All-Star from Smash Mouth. And it was the coolest thing I've ever fucking seen because no one had any fucking clue.
So creative?
It's so fucking creative, and you wouldn't tell. It wasn't like he was hesitating or making it weird and you were reading it like, you know, that didn't feel right. I mean, it was just like a regular idea. It was, I don't know. I loved that. It's fucking genius. I wish I was smart.
Too bad nobody uses that app.
Too bad it's gone.
Yeah,
it's defunct, I'm pretty sure.
I got hacked. My Netflix got hacked from people in Germany. Actually.
Really?
So yeah, that was interesting.
How'd you find that out?
Check what they're watching.
Yeah, how'd you find that out?
No, my mom got like an email, and then it.
We are German. We stole your Netflix account.
Stupid.
I wish that's what happened. No, they just kept saying like, "Oh, you're getting like a bunch of logins to Netflix or whatever," and then they said like there was a location where it logged in, and it was like normally it's like in Seattle, Washington area, and then there was one randomly like in a place in Germany, and we were like, nope, not us. So, yep.
That would have been so much better if you
I
just
know.
got some fucking voice note. Victoria. So stupid.
I really wish.
Hello.
Hello.
It's so like Pee Wee
This
Herman.
is. I've heard him like once. I don't even know what he sounds like, but
That.
that. Are you okay?
It's really good.
Me trying to imitate Pee Wee Herman without ever hearing him before. Great challenge.
Sometimes I swear, like, my friends will try to do an accent, and then it'll be, like, a perfect Russian accent, but they're trying to do, like, an African accent. And I'm like, huh?
Because they're very related.
Yeah, I'm like, something's not right here.
Very nearby geographic. Duh.
Nazis in hiding, it occasionally slips out. Oh, you said Russian, not German, sorry. I thought you said they slip out into German, and I was like, interesting.
Nope.
So what?
Sorry.
Nope. Leave my Nazi friends out of this.
It's fine, it's fine.
I don't associate with the Nazis, okay? Those were just, like, the people at my high school that you have to deal with.
I hope that's not something you have to specify. You said that very seriously. You're like, hey, I don't associate with them. They run around doing their thing. However, for me, that's just not my cup of tea.
I'm sorry, this was all I had available, like, in high school. I was telling you guys the other day about the stories of my friends from high school, and I was like, man, why were these the people I hung out with?
Right.
Like, I told you all a whole big tangent about how the guy who tried to get with me was now one of Washington's most wanted criminals, and yeah, he's in jail now. It's great. It's great. And he said he was like, my crew set me up, but, like, he robbed a bank, like, by himself. So I was like, so, like, you're on the footage there. Like,
My crew.
yeah.
I've got a crew.
Yeah, I was
They
like,
put a vest on me. It has explosives.
Yeah.
They had the button.
they
I
had the
swear.
button.
My mother buttoned my bulletproof vest. I have
Yeah.
a crew.
And then he, like, stole a car and drove it across state lines or something. Like, I don't know. I saw the police report about it, and I was like, dude,
Nice.
As one does.
Regardless of, like, if they ratted you out or whatever, like, you still did it by yourself. So, like, you did it regardless. So
So is he just calling his friends a crew?
It's just vibing, dude. It's
My crew snitched, meaning like
No,
I
he's
told
like
my
a-
friends I robbed a bank, and they were like, I
Yeah.
should call somebody.
he's
about
like a
this.
SoundCloud rapper.
They were like, give us $100. And I
He's a
said,
SoundCloud rapper. He rapped about it.
Yeah, I don't know. There's like some account that the only reason I knew about it was because account followed me that was like free the name of the rapper. I'm not gonna promote him on here.
Oh yeah, you
'Cause
told us. You showed
yeah,
us a
yeah.
picture.
Yeah, and
Oh,
then it was
yeah.
like free their rap name here, and I was like, huh? And then I clicked on it, and it was like, everyone, he's in jail, and I was like, my friend from high school.
That face was the best face. You were like, what?
Yeah, it's like he was such a goober in high school. Now he's got like some face tattoos, and I'm like, oh man, he's just trying.
That's how
too
it
hard.
starts.
He's trying too hard. Yeah, and then
Face tats are a gateway drug.
like, and then like
First
I
the
don't know.
tattoo, then you rob a bank.
Either a singing career or robbing the bank.
Ooh.
Or
Or
I don't
both.
know. I don't know what happened with him. I think he was trying too hard to be like literally like tough, and was like, yeah, I'm gonna like try to be a criminal now. And like, I don't know, somebody posted a clip of like one of his songs, and it was like rapping about people being fake friends, and then they're like, this clip is about you guys who ratted him out, all you fakes who got him, who set him up. And I was like, and it was like really bad, and
Then
was
it's
like,
just him.
yeah, and it was just
This
like
is all
rapping.
for all you guys that set him up. It was me. I turned myself in.
Yeah, and it was like, I hope you learn.
I
and
am my
hope you-"
own worst enemy.
Yeah.
My parents are ashamed.
I hate myself. I want to kill myself. Dog doesn't like suicide.
No,
Crazy.
he's not a fan. He's not a fan.
Good for him. Tell him to shut the fuck up. Oh, hey, I haven't seen any Wasp videos for the last week. How's that going?
What? It froze here a couple times, so Wasp update. I think they're dead.
Or they're just frozen.
Yeah.
They're gonna
Hibernating.
unfreeze in a week and just
Yeah, it's been
You
like.
guys turn on the heater, they just fly out the.
Oh my god, they fly out of the heater.
Gross.
Oh my god. I still don't know
Fuck
where their
you.
nest is, so like, I don't know, maybe they could be in there chilling, but
In
I
the
imagine it
walls.
was in the garage. I was researching about it, and it was like, what to do if like wasps are in your walls, and I was like, oh my god, like the nest is in their walls, and it was basically like, there's nothing you can do. Yeah, it was like, there's nothing you
What's
can
the
do.
answer? That can't
And
be right.
I was like, what? And it was kind of like, you have to like break through the walls until you find where their nest is, and I was like, this is terrible. Like, if pest control came, they would have had to come and like
They would have had
break
to what?
through your walls.
They would have to what?
Well,
What
you
in the
make
walls?
that joke every time, and do I ever laugh?
No.
Have I laughed once?
No.
I mildly like hold it in.
You hold in the laughter? Oh man, I should just say they arrive every time.
It's pretty funny.
Whose idea was it to make that word dirty? Do you know? It took me so long to figure out what that meant.
I bet
Because it's a common word. It's like a regular verb. It's like making the word "it" a bad thing. It's like I don't.
It's like when people are like, they're gonna do it. Where did it come from? Like, where did it stem from? Stem.
Sorry, it's not okay.
I don't know, the 70s.
The 70s.
Some
did
guy
it?
was like, "Oh, I'm gonna arrive," and they were like, "It needs to be more quicker. There has to be
A British guy at the hotel. I'm going to arrive. I'm like, no, we got something better.
I'm
than
coming, and I've conquered."
that. I have arrived and ejaculated. We need something shorter,
Pardon.
like a verb. Come. How are we gonna tell the difference between that and any other time we use the word "come"? Just change
That's
the
the
letter.
fun of it.
That's the fun of it.
it.
Is this your
Is it a
same?
big percent like British? Didn't we just go over this?
I was
What?
just gonna say that. Yeah, I was
Big
like,
percent of our viewers are British.
I'm British.
Sorry,
Yeah, and
yeah.
I was like, literally, we're gonna lose them all. You literally use
We
the
really
same
are.
voice you used to make fun of Harry Styles.
I didn't realize how pissed people get at it. The last one that I put on my YouTube, I think today or yesterday, was like it was in my drafts for a little bit. Was the "Oi stepbruv" one, and
didn't like
the
it?
likes and dislikes might be the largest dislikes ratio I've had on a video. It's like 20 likes and 15 dislikes. I was like,
The
whoa,
dislike button.
oh, yeah. Even though it's gone, so apparently that doesn't help. Thanks a lot, YouTube.
They still dislike your videos, even though it's not there. Like, only for you. There's
Well,
only a dislike button.
They say when they take it away, people notice it less, but that's wrong because maybe if you just literally remove the thing, but like they put the word dislike there in all caps. So for me now, that's the first thing I see on the dislike
It's
like
a big
bar.
fucking dislike.
It is. It's got a thumbs up button, then it's got dislike, and I'm like, which one do you think I'm gonna see first? You fucking idiots! What a dumb rule. Did we talk about this before? I'm not a fan. Because now I'm not going to know if any tutorials are right. I'm not going to know how to pronounce anyone's name.
Yep.
It's just going to be atrocious. I hate it.
So you can't see how many big dislikes it gets? Only the viewer, only the maker of the video, the creator person?
Yeah, it's dumb. They said they were doing it to like, we're protecting smaller people getting, whatever. But I'm like, again, I'm sure that happens, but it has to be a super small percentage. It's just companies that don't like people that dislike their ads or like YouTube
Yeah,
Rewind
I
or
think
something.
there needs to be dislike button. People deserve to know that they're bad.
Well,
Sometimes.
especially on YouTube in particular, like, and their defense is like, well, nothing else does. Where it's like, yeah, but it's different. It's mobile. Like, if you don't like it, scrolling past is the dislike button. It's the watch time. But like on YouTube, there's no scrolling really. I mean, it's just you exit out, move on to another one. So it's like, I don't know. It's extremely helpful for me. I like it because I get to see, why certain videos do well and why some of them don't do as well. I don't know. I think it's interesting.
It's frustrating for tutorials. Like if I'm watching like how to fix a certain software or
Right.
something, the one with 60 million dislikes versus the one with a bunch of likes. Which one do I use? Like,
Yeah.
now you
Well,
can't
I
tell
didn't
anything.
You give
realize
yourself
how-
a virus and they're like, this is
Yeah.
how you do
Ah,
it.
shucks. This video with 57,000 views and only 3 likes I shouldn't have trusted? Crazy.
Crazy. But like I didn't realize how subconsciously that's the first thing my eyes go to whenever I click on a video anyway until now, because now every time I look at it I'm like, fuck, nothing's there. Like it's super
Is the
unhelpful.
ratio?
Yeah,
I
is the
always
ratio. Like
noticed
on
it.
trailers or
I
stuff,
always
because if
noticed
there's a
it.
big dislike I'm like, oh, I gotta watch this or something. Like there's something there. There's something there that's gonna be funny, but sad. Sad.
All
Yeah.
other apps, like, you can do, like, hide video or, like, hide theme or, like, hide whatever. So, like, I feel like that's similar. So I don't really
Hide
know why
what?
they need to, like, you can hide, like, a video from something. Like, all the other videos, it's, like, instead of liking or disliking, it's, like, hide
Yeah.
content
Well,
from this creator, or, like, you can hide a certain word that comes up.
Well,
Like,
even YouTube, you can disable the likes and dislikes if you want, but they don't, because then they're not gonna get bigger or money, or I mean, like, it does things to your video, but so they want their cake and eat it, whatever the thing is, have the cake and eat it too. I don't know, but like they want to have the likes and dislikes up, but they just don't want the dislikes. It's just dumb. It's the same reason like Netflix got rid of theirs because Amy Schumer was whining that people were super disliking her special, and the same thing happened on whichever other one got rid of their dislike. I mean, it was always prompted by someone like whining that, Back on the Rock. I forget which movie where he was like slamming Rotten Tomatoes, and I was like, your movie's not doing bad because of Rotten Tomatoes. If anything, Rotten Tomatoes helps a bunch of people, like working class people that need to decide whether they want to eat or watch a movie this week. It helps them know, I'm just going to save my money and eat this week. Like, it's, what are you whining about? That people didn't get tricked into watching your dumb movie? I don't know.
womp womp. Remember Amy Schumer?
I've got
like,
nothing
nope.
against. Sorry, I'm just gonna clarify. I've got nothing against The Rock.
Dude, every episode she's gonna be shitting on The Rock.
Here's the thing: people really hate Red Notice, that new movie that's out. The movie's
Really?
not.
I thought it got like good reviews or something.
No, it's the biggest. It's the biggest movie on Netflix. Yeah, but it,
Oh,
it
that's what I
wasn't.
saw.
Yeah. But
It's got a lot of views because people want to make fun of it.
well, no, just because it was. I mean, it's Netflix and it's got Gal Gadot, Ryan Reynolds, The Rock. I mean, you've got
Hot
the
people.
biggest marketers on the fucking planet promoting this thing all around. And it's just, but it was average. Like, it wasn't. I didn't think it was very good, but it wasn't bad. Like, I watched it. It was funny at some points. And if anything, The Rock was really good in it. I thought, in terms of where he's usually, I don't know. I think he's better as like a co-lead than a regular lead, because when he's a regular lead, no one has anything for him to do other than be like, I've got muscles, and I'm gonna jump across this chasm onto a helicopter in my jungle shirt. Like, no one has anything for him. It's just, I don't know.
Nice.
That's all
He
I
doesn't
got.
have the chops to do any monologues. He's
I
only
think he
gonna
does if people would like train him to do it, but I mean, that's what I'm saying. Like, people put him in Skyscraper or some dumb shit.
Have you seen him in?
Because like the first thing I saw him in was Get Smart, and I really liked him in Get Smart because he's a bad guy in that one. I really liked that, and I don't know. Sorry, I cut you off. Go ahead.
You know that old video game movie he was in? I don't remember what it was.
Oh, the Mummy, the Scorpion one.
I don't know, but it was a video game one, and like he's so insanely bad in it. I think it's one of the
Oh.
first movies he acted in. It's when he still had hair, and like
never mind.
my dad was like watching random stuff on Netflix, and I think he was watching it, and I just laughed the entire time because he was supposed to be like a serious character, and then like he's like, we have to kill these people. We have to kill them. And they're like, no, we can get a cure. We can help them. And he's like, no, we're gonna kill them.
No,
And-
killing's the answer.
Yeah, and he's like, only killing. And then they're like, Sarge, am I gonna have to kill you to save these people? And then he's like, come at me. And I'm like, what is this? And I'm like, this. Now this
Sorry,
is good.
choking.
This
And
is
then
good.
Dwayne the Rock Johnson was like, "Come."
Yeah.
Sorry.
Enough.
In his defense, I'm sure that was probably fresh off WWE. So I mean, again,
You had WWE training.
Yeah.
it's those badly acted movies are like half the actor's fault and then half everyone else that it goes through before it gets to the end. I mean, it's kind of like the whole story with Dick Van Dyke with Mary Poppins because his accent's so terrible, but like no one told him until it was like out. So he just thought it was fine, but then he finds out like everyone hated it, and he asked Julie Andrews. He was like, "Why didn't you tell me my accent was bad?" She was like, "Well, I just didn't want to be mean." He was like, I mean, yeah, it was his fault. He didn't do the accent better, but like also
They did have
100
like
people
dialect
didn't tell him.
coaches.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. He didn't have anyone like
Don't-
showing him how.
Don't most movies? That's
No,
interesting.
I mean that's the problem is that most people are like, yeah, just do a Scottish accent, you can do it, and they're like, okay. And they just
That's
YouTube
like
some
House of
stuff.
Gucci. Like right now, like everybody has totally different
Adam Driver,
accents.
there it is.
I didn't say his name. I was really trying to avoid it. So
I
that
know,
you
I'm
guys
kidding. I'm
wouldn't.
kidding. I love it. I love the whole thing.
But everybody's like, Lady Gaga has like a Russian accent in it, and I'm like, why? Like they had a dialect coach for Salma Hayek. Is that how you pronounce her name?
Yeah.
Salma Hayek. She has a dialect coach, and that person's Italian, and like she does scenes with Lady Gaga. So like, why didn't the dialect coach like say anything? And Lady Gaga was like, I stayed in that accent for 18 months, and I'm like, and nobody told you it was bad. And no,
For
and
who?
no, like
Wait, Salma Hayek or
no, Lady Gaga. Lady
okay.
Gaga. She said she stayed in the accents like 6 months before filming.
Wow.
And then like I was like, why? And it was like just to be comfortable with it. But then like I guess her character, there's supposed to be like a difference between her and the other characters. Like they're like the upper class like Gucci people, and she's supposed to sound distinct from them. But yet all of the Gucci characters like all live together. They're all family, and they all have different versions of Italian accents. Like Al Pacino has like the New York like Italian accent, which is like, why would somebody in Italy have like a New York like Italian American like like accent? But
yeah, I think two things. One is like, if there's a dialect coach on a movie, like I'm way more apt to believe that their performance is fine, just because, you know, especially if it's based off a true story. Not everybody, just because they're from a certain region, has the stereotypical accent. Like, just people are people, and they move around, and they have different people that raise them, and like the real people that some accents are based off on, their accents are kind of weird, and there's certain vowels they don't pronounce like they usually would. And so the public that doesn't know anything is like, well, that sounds weird. But like when you actually research it, it's like they actually did a good job. Like, you know, Daniel Day-Lewis is a really good example of that I forget a couple movies, like Gangs in New York or something. Like there was certain choices he made where it was like, it wasn't specific to that time, but it was better for like the audience, whatever it was. But I mean, like, you know, so in House of Gucci's case, I would be more apt to believe she's fine. Or, you know, maybe the dialect coaching happened like way earlier, and then they were like, you're good to go, and then she just had 6 months on her own. Because if you're talking in an accent for 6 months,
yeah, I mean, it was during
you
COVID,
might start to,
so...
well, if you hit a vowel or something that you don't know, your brain just tries to guess and fills in the gap with what sounds the best. And then if you talk like that for 6 months, it's going to be hard for you to like go back to the right way. Yeah, you know what I mean? So she could have been doing something, you know, wrong for a while that wasn't what the dialect coach wanted. But at the end of the day, it's like, does that really ruin your... It has to be really bad for an accent to just take me out of a movie. Otherwise, it's like...
I mean, just like with Italy, like there's so many different dialects. Yeah. Well, that's like how
Mamma mia, Papa Pia,
that's like
diarrhea.
I sell shoes.
Like, yeah, that's like Italian. How some of their accents are in it. Like, you know,
meatballs.
That's their whole dialogue is food. There's nothing related to the actual movie.
Salami.
Like someone's crying and they're like, salami.
Like
Pasta choli.
Pasta choli. Sorry, what?
Like it's like I feel like a lot of like Americans only see like the stereotypes of Italian accents. Like you only see like the fancy like really sing-songy Venetian or like the proper like Toscano kind of accent. Like there's a ton of different dialects, and really there was no like proper Italian until like World War II-ish, because then that's when you needed like news people to come on and have like the proper like speaking voice. And so that's like what
spaghetti
Sorry. And like so that's like more what you saw. So like there's a lot of different dialects, and basically people still speak in those, and they're kind of like different everywhere. Like even the language has a lot of variation all over the country.
Like no one has the base accent, like you said. I mean, it's it's
like the standard, like it's like a formal way of like fancy people kind of talk, news people, like actors. So I feel like a lot of Americans really only see like the stuff in media that's like the actors, the proper people, or like stereotypes. So like Jared Leto's character's like, oh, she's a real firecracker. Oh, like, and I was like, oh man, like it's fine, but it's definitely a stereotype. So
I think he was supposed to be more like a caricature. I have no idea what the real guy was like, but he was supposed to be a goofball, I think.
Yeah, like
no pun intended.
Yeah, definitely.
Dude, I kept looking back and forth between pictures of him and the guy he is in that movie. I still can't see him at all. It's crazy. His eyes don't even look the same. It's nuts.
His eyes don't even look the same.
He looks nothing like him. It's bizarre.
It's creepy looking,
It's really creepy how he does that. I am uncomfortable. That just anybody you're standing next to in public. Could be Jared Leto. Doesn't matter who it is. 300-pound guy in a wheelchair. It's probably Jared Leto.
I saw that, like, I guess apparently he came...
She's the real firecracker.
Yeah,
did he say?
I guess he came up to like Al Pacino before they were like filming like in all the
great.
prosthetics or whatever, and was like, Papa. And like Al Pacino's like, excuse me, like security, and then he's like, it's me, Papa, and then he's like, oh my boy,
And then Pacino's like, wow.
yeah,
That was the end of
because
that.
you know how Jared Leto likes to like be in character everywhere.
Yeah,
and, like,
it's really... It's
Yeah.
kind of weird to me out of all the canceling stuff that he never did get canceled. He sent used condoms and dead mice to Margot Robbie. I mean...
He said he didn't regret it.
Yeah,
Remember, yeah.
do you feel safe around him? I don't. There's a difference between that kind of method. There's a difference between that kind of method acting and like Daniel Day-Lewis like live in a log cabin. And like that only affects him. Like I don't know. Like it's really gross to send shit to castmates. Ew.
What band is it? What band? I'm trying to think of the name of his band.
He has a band?
He used to be really popular when we were in middle school.
Fall Out
Really?
Boy. Sorry.
Smash Mouth.
It was somewhere along, like, they sound kind of like...
That was him in prosthetics.
Yeah, oh my god.
Hey now.
Somebody wants to...
That would be impressive.
Oh, that would be... I wouldn't have been surprised, honestly.
What, is it 30 Seconds to Mars? Is that the name of the group? Do you guys remember
He's in
them?
30 Seconds to Mars.
Is that the group?
I don't know.
Somebody- can you
I've heard of
Google it
them. I know
really quick?
nothing about them.
I remember in middle school they were really popular, and I just remember... I just have been seeing a lot of interviews where they're like,
Huh.
Yeah,
Yo,
Jared Leto's in this.
No
Yeah.
way.
that's so weird.
What?
That's wild. What? Huh.
They should have
Hey,
Wait,
sang.
really? What?
Him
Hey.
and Lady Gaga should have sang in House of Gucci.
Yeah, but I heard basically the reviews I'm hearing are that movie is wild, but that Lady Gaga is really good. So I didn't think I was gonna be able
I'm
to
just
see it.
excited for the sex scene. Ah,
I've heard it's hilarious. So I don't know what that means, but
I heard they're making like feral animal noises in it. So
Julianne, I don't know why we live so far apart, but I want to go see this movie with you. You have no idea how much. It'd be great.
I'm very excited. I'm excited to see it. It's got a lot of
Oh,
good
man.
actors in it.
I just
It
want to
looks
be in
pretty.
the. I just want to be in the theater with you when it gets to the sex scene, and from the back, you just let a big like mask. You're like, woo!
I just start making like ape noises, like
I would
I'm like-
climb him like a tree.
Yeah.
Everyone's like, shut up!
I'm like, there
She's
he
back
is.
again.
There's
Hey,
The-
well, so welcome back to Daniel Doesn't Know Anything About this Culture thing, the
Culture.
show. But so The Rock, the sound
The
on
Rock?
TikTok right now that's viral is The Rock singing a song. Is that old or is that new? Is my question. I
put
have
in the
no
work,
idea.
put in the hours, and take
That
what's
one.
ours. I think
Yeah,
it's an
is that
old
new
one.
or is that like something old that came back up?
I-
Because
I
I
think-
heard it and I was like, that sounds like The Rock, and then like it actually was him. I was like, oh, but
I imagine it was like one of his intro songs for like coming into the arena or something,
It could
because a
have
lot
been.
of the time they have them like sing it or whatever. Because
It actually
I know
sound-
John
I'll-
Cena has done that as well. Because my brother used to be
Ugh.
into WWE, but it wasn't like when he was a kid. It was like past
Uh-huh.
the time you were supposed to be into WWE was when he got into it. So like when he was in middle school, like going into high school was when he was watching it and was like, don't tell any of my
Uh-huh.
friends I watched this.
don't tell
and like
my friend.
yeah, and all throughout high school, he was like super into it. And then when I got Snapchat, I think I recorded it a couple times, and it was like really cringe. And my friends were like, "Bro, what?" And I sent it to his friend
Aw.
one time, and then
So you just did the exact opposite
yeah,
of what he asked
and
you
then
to.
well, it'd been years of him watching it. Okay, I'd had enough. I'd have enough.
I've
It wasn't
had
like
enough.
it wasn't like he'd just watch it. He'd watch Monday Night Raw. He'd watch it on like Sunday. They'd have like
SmackDown.
Thursday SmackDown or something. Yeah. They'd
Smack-
have,
yeah,
and then like
smack-
something
yeah.
else, and then sometimes they'd have stuff on like Saturday and Sunday. And I was like, all right,
Slap off.
yeah, slap off, jack
Is that
off.
real?
And it is real.
Okay.
And I was like, okay, I can't take it where I only have
Don't
2
make
days
fun
of
of
the
me.
week.
I'm dumb. I'm sorry.
There's only like 2 days of the week where I didn't have to sit through WWE, and it wasn't like you sat through like 30 minutes. It was like 3 hours. Of
Oh, yeah, okay.
stuff.
Yeah, I would have
So I
done
was
that way
like,
earlier than
okay.
years then.
Okay,
When I
I've
was
had
little,
enough.
my cousin liked WWE so much that he downloaded all the intro songs from YouTube and put them on a CD to play. And he would just play
Put 'em
the
on
intro
vinyl?
music
songs are not good.
on vinyl.
Vinyl, champagne, and
Well, My brother was also like super into the like 2K WWE video game, so like they had all the intro songs on there too. And so then after a while I started like having them memorized, and I'd be like humming along when people came into the ring, and I was like, no, what is it? Why is this in the background of my house so often?
Whatever song he was singing then, I was actually like, okay, he's got a good voice for that. I thought that sounded good.
I looked it up. It came out a month ago.
Okay, that makes a lot more sense. I was because that's what made sense to me. Because I was like, whoever his person is that's running everything, they're like, okay, you've done everything. How about a song? Well, I guess he did. What's the Disney movie? What's the Disney movie? Moana.
Moana, yeah.
Yeah, I said Momoa. I don't think that was it.
Jason?
It's just a movie of Jason Momoa naked.
Oh my god, what? My mom would like that.
It's a Tech 9 song. It's called Face Off.
Oh, it's a tech. Okay, so he's only doing like a verse or something.
He's a feature. It's currently at 20 mil views.
Because of The Rock.
I was gonna say.
Good for The Rock.
I thought he sounded fine in it. I was like, all right, I could get with that. That's fine. I can do that.
I can get with that.
Dude, have you seen Red Notice? Yeah, I've just got it on vinyl in my car. It's like a CD player in your car, but it's a vinyl, so it just stretches across like both people's seats, like into the airbags. So that when the airbags go off, it launches the vinyl out and just.
Oh my god! Slices necks open.
Blows your head off.
Oh.
It just launches out the fucking back window.
Oh my god!
Fucking hell. That's funny. No, okay, so have you seen Red Notice, that movie that came out?
No, what's the premise?
I wouldn't. But, so the premise is that The Rock is chasing Ryan Reynolds. Ryan Reynolds is like an art thief. But the opening, I don't know, maybe the first 10 minutes is worth watching because it's so ridiculous that it was like making me like laugh angry, you know what I mean? Because he's an art thief, right?
So can I hear your angry laugh?
My angry laugh?
Every laugh.
That's my regular laugh.
It's just your Joker laugh? Oh.
It's just my dumbass Joker laugh. But anyway, he's an art thief, so he hasn't killed anybody, hasn't killed any kids. Like, he's nothing horrible. He, like, stole an egg that no one gives a shit about. He's, like, running with the egg. And at some point, The Rock, like, corners him, like, has a gun drawn. And first of all, I'm like, okay, I mean, I guess, get him to stop. But then they have this whole thing, and he's, like, shooting at him, like, what the fuck? You're shooting at an art thief? And then at some point, he's about to get away. They're on, like, the top level of a church. There has been no establishing shot showing scaffolding on the outside of the building. So The Rock knows fucking nothing about that bullshit. And he's running away. And so The Rock, instead of just letting the art thief go down a floor where they just catch him, he decides to tackle him out the fucking front window of this church. And you're like, oh, they're gonna die. And then they just, no, there's a cushy bouncy house there that they fall onto and everything's fine. And then that continues happening for the next 5 minutes. There's a bunch of bullshit that just, in a movie, you can close your eyes and toss yourself off a building and you're gonna land on laundry, a child, a body of water, or a tube. It's just, you're never gonna die. And it's so dumb. The opening 10 minutes is so stupid.
I was watching a TV show, I think it was like Nathan For You helped, the guy who did that helped make it. Yeah, so I like was really interested in watching it, and the guy is like really dry, and I guess he lives in New York and just like goes around, and there was an episode just called like Scaffolding, and he was talking about like, you know, like every movie you watch has this in it, and then he showed like a bunch of clips from movies, and you don't even realize it, but he's like, you don't realize it, but scaffolding's a part of your everyday life, and then it was just him like going around and like checking it out, scaffolding, and he's like, check it out, kids in New York, this is what we use as our playground. And I was like, this is so accurate. And then it showed like Jackie Chan like jumping off of stuff and using like a bamboo thing of scaffolding to like,
I love Jackie Chan movies.
in Rush Hour. And then like a bunch of just action movies where they always just fall through the scaffolding, and I was like,
no, I'm not disregarding that it exists. No, I mean there's a lot of scaffolding because people just start fucking construction projects and they lose money halfway through. So like, we're gonna leave this up for another year.
And then it just becomes part of the building. Yeah, they were talking about how that's like a lot of New York is like that, and I was like,
right. But I mean, I just hate it that it's used in every movie as like an excuse for why they don't die. I just want one. That was what. Have you seen The Other Guys? I think it's The Other Guys, where they jump off the fucking building and just die. That is the funniest, most bizarre-ass scene I've ever seen in a movie, and it's perfect.
Daniel's
just,
like, yeah,
once.
die!
Woo! Just once I want that to happen, where someone gets tackled out a window and they just die, and that's just the end. Because that's what would happen. I don't know.
Nice.
It's like if I smack in the wall on my 100th trip to the fridge, even though I know that route by heart, then I think when you tackle someone out a window, you probably wouldn't just land on a thing. I don't know. It bugs me.
It's like my mom, she bumped into the wall the other day, and then, like, she was like, ow, and then I was like, dude, Mom, this is how you get those bruises where you never know where they come from, and then she was like, what are you talking about? And then, like, the next day she stubbed her toe on the sofa. Like, we walked this route the same day, every day, and she still crashes into all of it. And then she's like, where are these bruises coming from? And I'm like, dude, what are you talking about?
Headbutts the thing.
Yeah.
Don't know where this bruise came from. Has that ever happened to you guys, though?
Here.
Has this ever happened to you guys, though, where, like, you're doing a motion or a route that you've done a million times before, and for some reason that time you just full-on slam your fucking body into it, and you're like, am I broken? Am I dying? Am I having a stroke? Like, is it just me? No? Okay,
Yeah, it's just you. I've never done that.
I mean,
well, that's
I've
good.
bumped my leg on this table in my living room now because we always had a different table there my entire life until a few months ago. My mom got something off Facebook Marketplace, and the tabletop of it is clear. So, like, I can't see the end of it, and when I walk into the room when it's dark, I do bump into it. And it also extends further than the table that used to be there. So in my mind, I've got that memory map. But
me, I'm just dumb. So, like, nothing has changed in my place. It's just I'll be turning the corner into my fridge, and I'll just slam the side of my body against the wall. I'm like, oh, all right. I guess I
think it's just
miscalculated that 9-foot gap that they gave me
dude, this
between
guy's
the
a
walls.
fucking engineer. If he can't even walk through his house, he miscalculates his own living space. How is he gonna manage projects? What does he make?
Enough, dude.
Now I have to cut it out. Damn it.
No!
Yes.
You leave it and
No.
you listen and you deal with
No. No.
I'm teasing. You're very smart. I'm joking. You're just clumsy.
No. You don't have to go that far. I'm not smart, but
Smart.
careful.
Enough, dude.
He's
Dumb it
quirky,
down a little bit.
clumsy, goofy. Oh.
I'm a clumsy, goofy guy that got a good
He's
GPA.
just a silly goose.
I'm a silly goose, but I studied.
Congratulations.
Thank you. I've sacrificed my entire life. No big deal.
Woo! I feel
I'm just waiting for I to get the phone call from Nick that he's got a greenlit cartoon.
we're riding on Nick right now, like Nick's fame.
We literally are leeching off Nick's
I'm
fame.
okay with that, dude.
Everything that's yours is mine.
You come into my house, just take my stuff. No, it's mine too, dude.
No, it's mine too. That's my signature. That famous person, I took it. It's mine.
That famous person's signature.
He would get pissed
all of your
then.
prized possessions.
Oh man.
Thank you.
Can you imagine?
Your Pac-Man arcade thing.
We've talked about this before, but so does that work, the Pac-Man? Okay, that's cool. Is it like the original like screen and stuff behind it, or is it just like modded?
No, it's the original, everything.
That's cool.
Sick.
Yeah, I got it at a yard sale, and
Really?
they wanted $200 for it, but it was at the end of the day, and they're like, "We're just trying to get rid of it, like
Trying to get
$100
rid
in
of it.
serious. We're trying to get
We're
rid
trying to
of it.
get rid of our
All for
Mario
fun."
and our Pac-Man quad.
You're like
Sick,
scamming a
okay.
little kid.
It was a 3-year-old next like, give me your fucking money.
I'll give you $5. That's a lot of money.
I'll
It's
give
a
you
lot of
5.
money. You can get a 5 for 5 at Wendy's, and they're like,
Yeah.
I could do
$5.
that. Sorry, it's
That's
a
a
4 for
biggie
4.
bag.
Sorry,
The biggie
you can get a 4 for
bag.
4 with a bigger
Ooh.
cheeseburger. I think it is for $5. The 4 for 4 is criminal. Not only because it's made out of like animal bits, but it's also
Monkey
like
ankles?
you get a lot for your quality. I used to in college when I like had enough change, I would go to Wendy's across the street and get a 4 for 4, and it was a really
so
happy
sad.
time. That was a good day.
That's a good
Why?
day. You're just like
Sad.
picking up coins off the ground and you're like, I can eat today.
I can
I
finally
feel
eat.
bad for the people that had to take my handful of fucking quarters, and they're like, this dumbass
I used to do that
paid
too.
for a 4 for 4 in fucking quarters.
Yeah, all the change I would get back, I would save
Blink,
at the bottom of
blink,
my purse, and then I would
blink.
use that change to always buy Wendy's. Same here. My friend.
Did
and
you
I
really?
was- Yeah,
See?
always. Yeah, we used to buy Wendy's every day after school. I've told
Wendy's,
you, and then
Wendy's doesn't have any paper money. It's just like mounds of fucking coins.
The drawer doesn't shut because everyone's paying with quarters.
just a mountain. Yeah, no, every day, and then we would go eat in the cemetery. So
Oh, here we go. We just made a full roundabout back to the first episode.
yeah.
Dabbing with the dead.
Yes, that is the origin. That is
Oh,
the
man.
origin. It's true.
That's where the dislikes on YouTube are coming from. The family of these people. She sat on my grave and ate a 4 for $4 that she paid for in quarters. What
I
kind
would
of a
sit
bitch
on
does
the
that?
It was a veteran.
It was a veteran.
You know what? Like, it had, like, they had nice trees and they took care of the grounds well, so I would like to go sit on the bench, you know, and eat my lunch. Like, what's wrong with that? You know what?
It was just a field of a bunch of little rock benches. Might as well use
Yeah,
it.
rock benches. I'm not sitting on headstones. They had benches where
Okay.
where
I love
old
how you're
lady
like,
widows.
I had a place to sit. Why didn't I eat there? Why didn't you eat at, I don't know, Wendy's?
Anywhere else that has a bench that doesn't have dead people.
Wendy's literally has places to sit in the restaurant.
Why would I hang out at my local Wendy's? Everybody knows that everyone hangs out at my local McDonald's.
You're gonna ask me why would you hang out at Wendy's when you literally ate at Wendy's every single day? That's the most logical thing
I didn't
to
eat
do.
in the Wendy's. I ate at the drive-thru.
But you ate their food, did you not?
Yeah, I did.
So
I
is it
did.
so out there to eat at a Wendy's establishment?
No.
Exactly.
I was so
Shut up.
Grow up.
I was so against having hot food in my car that I've had for forever that like I would get it from Wendy's and like drive back to the apartment and just it'd be in the middle of winter, it'd be like blizzarding, but all my windows are down. It's like getting back so my car doesn't smell like Wendy's because I'm an idiot.
Okay.
Why? You just didn't want food smell?
Yeah, I just don't want my car to smell like old food like a day later. Because it was
I like coming into the car though and I'm like, it smells like French fries. Did you eat fries? And they're like, yeah, like 5 days ago. And I'm like, oh.
But it doesn't continue to smell like fries. Like it just gets worse and worse to a point where
That's
it's
such a
like
good opener. Did you eat fries?
Yeah, I do that when I get in my friend's
Like,
car.
will you
Like,
shut up? We're going to a funeral.
like I'm used to people's cars just smelling like weed, so it's like a pleasant surprise to have
True.
all
Ah,
my smells.
nuggies.
ah,
Yeah, nugs.
chicken.
Yeah.
Better than
So-
weed. That's Wendy's new line.
Weed is stinky.
Make a car smell like burgers, not weed. Wink, wink.
wink.
It's Wendy's, not weedy. Okay, no, that was stupid.
Weed.
Before that even got out of my mouth.
It's not funny. I can't say it. I can't finish it. You know those people who can like talk backwards and then when they like record it and then they play it backwards and it like just has the sentence normally? You've never seen people who do that?
No.
Yeah, I know one
my God.
person who does.
Oh,
It's
you mean like
crazy.
you don't mean actually like say the word backwards. You just mean like say a sentence backwards and then like play it the other way so you have a sentence. All right.
same
No,
No, it's yeah, this is the same. Yeah.
no. Like I thought she was saying like the word true, like you'd say it EURT, but she's just saying you just say the sentence backwards, but like
You
the
pronounce
words
the
as
words
is.
backwards.
Yeah, you pronounce the words backwards as well.
oh, I know I am stupid. Why am I an engineer? I swear, I can't picture
Stop.
anything going on in life. Holy fucking shit,
Stop.
I'm stupid. I've even made videos with what you're talking about, and I still can't
Oh.
fucking describe it.
Oh!
That's how dumb I am.
Wait, how did you not know what I was talking about? then?
Exactly. I don't know. I
I
can
was like,
find
have
it in
you
my
ever-
phone right now.
I was like, have you ever seen one of those videos? And you're like, no, that's crazy.
I
I
didn't say
made
no.
one of those.
Oh yeah, we literally made some. There's a video of like a phone skipping across the classroom into the guy's hand because it's backwards, but the thing he's saying is Aaron is a bitch. Because one of our friends' name is Aaron. Yeah.
It's pretty good.
Yeah. Okay. Anyway,
I
cough,
wanted
cough,
to hear
cough.
more.
I don't want to live anymore.
Stop. Stop.
Speaking of not wanting to live anymore,
Uh-huh.
for Disney Plus Day, Disney was like, we put all our shorts on Disney Plus so you can celebrate with
There
some
was
fun.
a suicide one.
Yeah. Did you see? Have you seen the Matchbox Girl short from Disney? I don't even remember what movie it came before. Hopefully, it didn't come before a movie. If you've not seen it, I don't even know if I'd recommend it. It's fucking depressing. I mean, it's made well and it's good, but I mean, it's dead kids. So I'm like, oh.
What?
So I'm just imagining them putting that out before, like, and thank you for coming to Frozen. Woo! Like, what year did this
gosh.
come out? And I was like, that's a great way to celebrate Disney Plus Day. Now I'm just fucking depressed.
They put it out
Jeez.
before Frozen because it's fire, and it's the opposite. Is that what?
Fuck damn it.
Oh.
I'm not laughing at that one. Dude.
Wait, so what happens with the kids?
Oh, I don't know if I wanted to spoil it, but I mean, and I don't even remember the whole thing because I saw it years ago. But it was essentially,
Oh.
it's called the Matchbox Girl, and this girl's like trying to sell she's like an orphan or something, and she's trying to sell candles for money so they can eat. They're in the middle of like bumfuck Russia. It's like freezing cold.
Oh, so the whole thing is depressive.
Yeah, so she finally like sells the right candles or whatever happens, and then the end of
so sad.
So sad.
those dumbass Russian kids trying to
So-
sell.
Oh my
food to pay
god!
that
Now
money.
we lost all of our Russian listeners.
I was listening up until that point where you insulted our children, and then
You've
I
had
don't
enough.
play anymore.
I don't like.
I hate our kids. Anyway,
Oh my gosh.
they're like with me on it. No. But like, and then the end of it is like she was never alive. The whole short. It's like an M. Night Shyamalan thing. Like she was dead the whole time. I'm like, oh well,
What?
that's fucking great. Like great, nothing matters anymore. It's kind of like
Wait, she was dead.
it's like that short story. What is it? Like the bridge over something. Have you ever seen that?
Terabithia.
That's not short.
No, it's a short story. That's like a famous short story that everyone always reads in school. Shut up. No.
I know kids movies. I was a kid. Okay.
It's a short story that starts with they're executing a guy and like they hang him and the rope breaks and
Okay.
he like
I don't
it's
know
this
what
whole
books
escape.
you were reading as
This
a
was a
kid.
kid's story?
Yeah, we had to read this in middle school like everyone did. No? It's
What?
like Lord of the Flies and all that stuff. All
Yeah,
the dark
janitor
shit.
came in and read it to us, dude. It was all awful.
Yeah, the janitor came in and read it to us while I was tied up on the floor. Like it was this whole thing in middle school. I don't, you guys never had this at all?
Later, our
In
school
middle
burned
school-
down due to him.
Our school burned down. I woke up like holding the lighter. Anyway,
Strange. In
Strange.
middle school, we read like the butterfly effect thing, and then like
I remember that.
the most dangerous game.
Oh,
So
I
I
love
guess there
Most
was
Dangerous
like
Game.
dying in those short stories, but no, I never read the execution rope breaking
It's
story.
such a we read all the depressing shit. So the guy is hanging, but he breaks the rope. He escapes. His whole story is him escaping. He ends on like a happy feel or whatever. It's this happy moment. He meets his family again, and then like he
it
can't
was
breathe.
His life flashing.
It was his
before
life flashing
eyes.
before his fucking eyes. And I was like, well, fuck. It's nothing is happy.
That's terrible.
It is. It's terrible.
Why-
That's the shit we had to read. No wonder I'm
why-
depressed.
Why?
I don't know.
Yeah, you
what
were
did you
just
think middle schoolers were gonna learn from this?
You were just conditioned to be depressed, huh? They were like, all
Yeah.
right, we're gonna like desensitize you to all violence and make everything seem depressing and all life have no meaning.
Yes, like
So-
literally, who was the person that decided that kids should have the themes in that? What is the theme in that? There's nothing to learn because there's nothing he can do. What's
Yeah,
the
he
theme? So
dies.
the end is that death is coming and there's nothing you can do. It coming. Anyway,
Daniel,
I am broken. I just exercised why these things have broken my soul because we went straight from that to like a really bad sex ed. So it's like we're just broken by all means.
They were like, never have sex, never have sex, but make sure to kill yourself. Okay?
And watch
That's-
plenty of 3, 2, 1 penguins, alright?
Sponsored by. Yep.
Sponsored by-
Hugo.
3, 2, 1 penguins. Today we learn patience. Patience before sex. What? These kids are 5 years old.
Oh my god.
I think those old like Christian things are so funny because they just had to pick the most bizarre bad shit ways to keep kids focused on something as simple as fucking kindness. You know what I mean? It was like we can't just teach kids that kindness is good and not to be racist. We have to put it with vacuums on an outer space planet that are run by penguins just to keep kids like
Oh my god.
zoned in on the fucking screen, dude. Like, jeez.
Just have talking vegetables.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I don't know if I talked about it on here, but there's a Veggietales bit. I'm pretty sure I did talk about it on here. Because Veggietales, they just were vegetables that, like, hopped
Right.
around. And then I remember they just didn't have hands, so things would just float.
Oh,
You
yeah,
pick something up.
A little terrifying.
And then
But
I don't know what
you
it
get
was.
used
but
to it, and you were like,
I got
Sometimes
used to
there's
it,
like
but-
a grabbing sound effect, like a swipe, and but
And the thing, like, when the thing that I'm like 5, and I'm like, wait a minute, this doesn't line up. Because the opening song, I don't know if you've heard the song for Veggietales, the song that's
I
before
watched
every
VeggieTales
episode.
or something,
Okay,
yeah.
the song, the beginning 2 lines, he's like, I don't have hands, so he can't hold the thing. He's like, oh, huh. We'll just spirit hold it. And you're like, what the fuck?
spirit hold.
Bob, I don't have hands. Oh, don't worry, Larry, we're just going to... Incantation of the spirit. Satan will hold it.
Oh.
Cucumber engulfs in flames. Larry!
Bob, I'm on fire. Oh, submachine over. Things are floating.
Boom, 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 boom. Veggietales.
They're all sliced in the center of a pentagram.
The end of the film is like burning.
Veggietales.
No, what I was gonna say is I remember watching VeggieTales, and they were self-aware that like they didn't have hands, and I don't know what it was, but it was like a carrot, and I remember he like looked at his watch, and there was a whole hand,
Okay, so that's the thing that's kind of funny. Like,
Why is that out of nowhere?
and it made me laugh so hard as a kid, dude.
I know
love
exactly
out-of-place
what
stuff
you're
like
talking
that.
about. So they were funny sometimes, honestly, because they put in like meta stuff for adults every once in a while. So
Yeah,
that
yeah.
episode, the one you're talking about, is based on the book Jekyll and Hyde. So it's
What?
things from the book that make absolutely no fucking sense to a kid. But yeah, he's just a carrot with no arms, and he like looks down, and there's just a hand holding a watch, and he goes, ah! And all the kids are like, what the fuck? It makes
And
no
that gag
sense.
like literally just made me like cry. I was laughing so hard as a kid. That was like that was peak comedy.
It's
to
so
me as a kid.
Have you guys
And they
seen the
didn't
one?
talk about it at all. It was just the one thing. Like he looked at his watch and then he freaked out because there's a hand there. It's so good.
There's a whole one on like Lord of the Rings. It's just a whole spoof on Lord of the Rings.
What?
It's so funny, dude. It's so dumb. Oh my god.
Have you seen the thing where I think there was like a robot or something, but they were like, "This is the random humor generating robot," and then like
Isn't it,
it
like,
basically.
Oh, that was a
Yeah,
TikTok
yeah.
sound. Yeah, yeah,
And
yeah.
then it basically predicted like modern humor, and I was like, "What?" Like I remember watching that as a kid, and then one of the jokes it made I actually found funny, but it wasn't supposed to be funny, and I was like, "This is
That was the one.
Yeah, and I was like, huh, and now this totally sums up like all of like Gen Z humor is just like, oh, lay random, and I'm like, oh, funny, robot make a joke.
That was a sound on TikTok because people were
Of
doing
course
a
you
whole.
knew it would be a sound on TikTok. Those are
The only
why
place I
those are the
see
only
shit.
like cultural references you get. Like
Because
nothing
that's
from
it. I
Not
don't.
even because he didn't know Mia Khalifa.
I knew.
True!
What do you mean? I knew who Mia Khalifa was
yeah, but you didn't
after you told me.
you didn't immediately recognize the song like when last week.
Oh, no,
Who
yeah,
do you
yeah.
think you are?
The only, like, I told Nick, I was going to say, the only part I recognized is where the TikTok sound started, which was hit or miss. Anything before that, anything after those three lines.
We sang that part. That it was in the video.
No, there was a whole half of the note before that
It's the
did not
guy's
start
verse.
there. Yeah, it was like the verse before that, and I didn't know that one. So I'm just sitting there going back and forth like a dumbass. It's so funny. It couldn't have been any better. Like, they knew I had to read that, and they knew I wasn't going to know somehow, because I don't know anything. So you guys are just like, I just edited the episode yesterday, so you guys like say the next 5 words, like trying to get me to hurry up, and then it's like 20 seconds of me just trying to figure what the fuck to do to read it. We are almost at an hour and a half, so do we want to hit a hard stop and let you get back to homework?
Yeah, let's read notes if you have any.
Okay, here's a note from Turntable Troglodyte. What things are we guessing he's going to know that we talked about today? This is the creepy, yeah. Thanksgiving always upsets me in the belly. Every year one of these stupid poultry things gets pardoned by Obama, and it's left at that. No pumpkins, presents, or leprechauns get pardoned for any other holiday. Just goes to testify the zesty will of the putrid turkey family. How they strut like a cucky cuck.
Uh-huh.
I can only satiate this feeling of anguish by purposely buying and wasting deli meat to spite them.
Gobble gobble.
Cranberries are an abomination. Anybody who likes them shouldn't be allowed to breed. Oh, shit. I thought Charlie Brown's single hair was the outline of a tuft at the forefront of his head. I did, too.
It's not?
Yeah, apparently it's just because he turns his head up and it's like a single hair.
Ooh,
But it looked like a little, ploof looked like a little dog tail.
yeah.
Turkey propaganda strikes again. William Shatner shit his diaper and is gonna die per the laws of nature. Oh, fuck.
Wait, what? What does that have to do with the turkey?
Nothing at all. William
Oh,
Shatner
right.
shit his diaper and is gonna die per the laws of nature. Schmerkeldorf. That's the end of the note.
Oh, so it is lay random?
Lay random, indeed.
So technically,
It was the
Oh.
random humor generator?
I can't do the face like Nick can. It's beautiful. Next note is from the Faux Hawk, who I'm just gonna call his Fox Hawk.
Hey,
'cause
you
it sounds
figured it
better.
out. Oh. Why? How does that sound better? Have you never heard of faux?
Fox hawk.
That's how it's
Doesn't that
written.
sound cooler? I don't know.
like a fox and a hawk mixed together?
Yeah.
Oh, that's what you thought. But it's spelled like faux.
No.
Like
I
faux
knew
fur.
it's spelled differently. I'm just a dumbass.
Huh.
Sorry, never heard the
You're
word
fine,
faux.
You're fine. Have you never had you never seen that word prior?
No, it's probably one of those ones that I've seen, but I've never heard anyone say it out loud. And I don't know how to. Or I looked up a YouTube video and I couldn't see the dislikes, and I'm just pronouncing it wrong the whole time.
Is it
This
because
is
you
correct.
Is it because you live in the Midwest and nobody uses faux fur? It's just only real fur from like
Facts.
they just wear
Facts.
animals there.
Basically, yeah, honestly, probably. There's a few things that our family says. It's not even our family. It's just me. Like I don't know how I started saying these things. It's not regional.
Just saying
'cause
them incorrectly.
people around here like say soda, but I say pop. I don't
That's
drink
a Midwest
it, but I
thing,
mean-
because we all say pop.
Yeah,
say
that's what I
soda.
said. Pop is better. That's the one. And everyone where I lived was like, no, it's soda. What the hell's wrong with you? And I was like,
No, it's pop.
it's pop.
Pop is
It's
Chicago
a soda
thing.
machine, and it's throw me a pop.
No, pop machine.
I've never heard pop machine. It's weird because I've said both, but it's a soda machine and it's a pop individually.
How do you call the reflective surface
the
that's in your
reflective
room?
surface? A mirror?
What is it?
Mirror?
Oh, you say it the right way.
You say it the right way. Mirror.
What's the wrong way?
The way the Chicagoans say it, just one
Oh.
syllable. Mirror.
Mirror.
Oh, yeah.
Mirror.
What was the other one we do that with? Yeah, there's a bunch of stuff like that.
You guys say
Horror.
Where do you store the car?
The garage?
Inside the what?
Garage?
No, it's the garage.
Garage.
The Grage garage. Yeah.
What do you guys say about the chicken? Like what chickens lay? What do you call those?
Poop.
Eggs.
Eggs.
You guys say eggs?
I say eggs because I'm a normal human
Eggs.
being.
That's not eggs.
There's eggs
Yeah,
and
I
there's
say egg.
eggs and there's eggs.
Yeah, I say eggs.
Volume.
It's not AYG.
Turn up the volume.
The
Turn
volume.
up the volume. Oh, measure. How do you guys say measure? Like when you
Measure.
how do you say it?
Measure.
Okay, because a bunch of people here say measure.
Oh,
And
measure.
measure,
I've heard
and
people
it
say
throws
that.
me
yeah,
a
yeah,
loop.
Yeah, I've heard that. I
It's
don't like
weird.
it.
I don't know what my grandma's accent is, but I love hers because hers is like I'm gonna go out to the car. She says car, and I love that.
Care.
It's
Oh,
like
you know
Minnesotan,
what?
I
A
guess.
bunch of people who live here call it Washington. Where I state I
like
live.
Worcestershire. Yeah,
Yeah, a lot of people say Washington.
Worcestershire. That's interesting.
Dishwasher.
Washington.
Yeah.
Dishwasher. Yeah.
I don't like it. It's a lot of older people, basically
Icky.
people like 60 plus.
Pello. Remember me
Say
telling
it.
you about Pello?
Pillow.
Can't believe that
love
gave me
that
anxiety in third grade. I was just full on power move writing her saying Pello straight to her face. So funny. I was just
You're like, you're wrong.
Pello.
not
That was me
Pello,
being
it's
gaslit.
Pello.
I know what that is now. I was being gaslit. Oh, my phone. Ow. Next note. So this is from Fohawk.
Woo!
Where is the best place to get a pizza, franchise or otherwise? I'm going to let Nick answer that one because he'll definitely know.
Chicagoan.
Chicagoan. I like going to a place called Connie's Pizza. There's also another place called Lou Malnati's. That one's good.
What was that?
Lou Malnati's. I always like to call it
Ah,
Illuminati's. Just to
you're
piss
right.
people off.
Nice.
I need to meet you in
Geno's.
Chicago sometime because I'm there a bunch, but I need to know
Are
good
these
pizzas.
like Chicago style pizza? Or is it just any-
Connie's is strictly deep dish. I always get deep dish at Connie's, but everywhere else is regular pizza.
I don't think I've ever had like traditional
Pizza?
deep dish. No, like I've had like a
I don't think I've ever had what are you saying? Pizza?
pizza.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's another
no.
thing. Is it pizza or pizza? How do you say it?
Pizza.
Pizza.
Because people here said pizza.
Pizza's just wrong. How do Italians pronounce it?
Wrong.
Italian,
You're wrong.
It's a T. Well, but it is interesting because like
Pizza.
yeah, I used
It's
to watch.
pizza.
I watched NCIS, right? And his last name is Denozzo, Nozzo, and that's just how I said it. But this whole time I was like, am I saying it wrong? Because it should be Denozzo, right? And there's one character on the show that says it, that pronounces it like that. No one else does, and it's really weird to me. But I was like, I guess he's doing it right because it should be Denozzo, like pizza, with the
Yep.
little za in there.
Yeah.
Russian.
I don't
We're
think
back
I've
to
ever
Fiddler
had
on
like
the Roof.
good deep dish pizza though. Like my
Za.
family will make like Italian style, just like in like a pan thing. So I guess it's kind of like that, but it's definitely way more bready. No, no. We call it Easter. We have Easter pizza, but it's made with like cheese and egg and like more.
It's made with chocolate, eggs, and bunnies.
It's Easter pizza, but it's made with Jesus.
No.
Peeps.
Yeah, no. It's like more like.
It's
like
just
made...
cheese and noodles and peeps in between.
No.
It's you got a layer of noodle, layer of sauce, layer of marshmallow, cheese, noodle.
Oh my god. Disgusting.
And then a layer of ibuprofen.
But I guess that's the closest I've had to like deep dish pizza. There's nowhere who makes what is that?
Is that feta? Nope, that's cocaine. What do you call it? Like gymnastic?
Oh, that's what you were doing. I had no idea what.
Sorry.
All I saw was, and I was like, what?
I have no idea what I'm doing anytime, okay? I can see it in my head.
Hands,
just tell me when I'm doing something. Daniel, what are you doing? You're just moving your hands. You can see it in front of you, but we can't see it. Remember, you're just miming.
We're not here, remember?
Oh.
You're by yourself.
I blink and there's just 2 empty screens. Like, whose houses am I spying into right now? Oh, geez.
Yep.
Okay, so, Juliana, what was your favorite pizza?
We don't really have, like, too good of pizza
See? Here
here.
we go.
Like, I like this place. I think it's called, like, Cascade
Pizza.
Pizza, yeah. It's good, though.
Pizzeria.
We don't really have it here, but there's this one place called Pizza. It's really good.
That one
called
place.
Little Caesars.
It's a piece of bread, and they put some meat sauce on it and some
I was
cheese.
mentioning to you guys when they had those like potato slice things where they just slice it and they're just the circles,
Fries?
the JoJo's no, the circular ones.
Circular.
They're just like
Circle
thick.
fries.
Yeah, and so they're just JoJo's, and that place that's Frankie's Pizza, so I guess that's a pretty decent one here. That's where my parents went on their first date, so blind date. Yeah, they also saw Rocky Horror Picture Show. Thank you guys.
So it's on the slab. I need to see that movie.
You haven't you know that reference, but
No.
you haven't seen it?
Yes, because I love Tim
How
Curry.
many times have I told both of you guys to see it? Because Tim Curry's good in it. It's got the horror themes in it. It's got a lot of, like, campy, cringy, gay, like, really overdramatic acting.
Woo!
It's really funny. It's good.
I love Tim Curry so much. I think that's also what's super funny is that he did stuff like that, but he, like, I told you this already, my first introduction to Tim Curry was in a Christian, program when I was a kid.
Yeah, that's like the queerest movie ever.
He was Nero, and I was like, why am I in love with Nero? I shouldn't be, but I am.
I've
This
got
is
a crush.
great. I love his voice. Keep singing, dude. Keep burning down Rome. Do your thing.
Keep burning down Rome.
It's great.
Woo! That's what I'm
My
talking
dad's
about.
like, all right, first 9/11 Legos, and now
Oh
this.
my gosh.
You got a problem, kid.
He's being tempted by the devil.
He's just watching me, like, stop and rewind and play it and rewind the whole Nero song over
You're
and
like
over again.
drooling. Like,
I want to be a voice actor so I can voice Nero and burn down Rome. He's like, all right, we're going to steer this kid towards math.
towards a math. Are you weird? Math. That's
Okay, not theater. Nope, math.
math.
Derivatives.
Blinders on.
Stop
Torture.
singing. Stop singing.
Stop singing
singing.
integrals.
It's like the opposite of High School Musical when he's like the dad's like, you need to do sports, and he's like, but I want to sing, Dad. Instead of sports, you're
I
math.
finally saw that movie for the first time like 2 months ago.
Really?
Really?
Yeah.
Why? That's so random.
It wasn't bad. Like, I thought I was going to hate it, but I mean, like, I could see myself as a kid liking that. Like, it's goofy.
I did as
It's
a
so
kid, yeah.
dumb. I mean, like, yeah, I would have been like,
I
that's
hated
I
it
great.
love
as
the
a kid.
songs.
I hated it as a kid, but that's because their school, like, just... They had one copy of it on, like, DVD, and they're like, all right, we're going to play this every
On vinyl?
pizza party,
Sorry.
every break, every recess, if it's indoor recess. Like,
Okay,
you're going to
that
see
makes
this as
sense.
much as possible. We all hated it.
That makes sense.
It was-
I just think it's so funny. He was the basketball star, and this is coming from someone that's skinny as shit, but I mean, he was skinny. And he
Yeah.
was like, I'm a basketball star. I'm like, can you throw it? Can you throw the ball that far? His arm cracks in half.
He has like perfectly.
Sings
It's
about
like-
it. I'm broken.
Call an ambulance!
It's just now we're in boy band territory. Call an ambulance. I broke in my balls.
Gotta get you. You know, that's not him singing in that movie, but he sings in other
It's not?
movies. Yeah, I thought it was him. Zac Efron
What?
sings in, like, Hairspray and in, like, other things, but he didn't sing in that.
Well, in Greatest Showman.
Yeah. Yeah.
So he didn't sing in High School Musical?
No, it's
That's
someone
so funny,
else's
because I
voice.
convinced my dad of the opposite. So we were watching Greatest Showman, and I was like, that's him singing. And my dad's like, no, it's not. He's too, like,
No.
he's too much of a model to sing. And I was like, no, he was singing in High School Musical. And he was like, oh, well.
Oh.
But
No, you're
apparently
wrong.
I just was wrong. I
You
tricked him.
lied. You committed a sin. Now you're gonna burn
You
and
sinned. Yeah, I always thought that was his voice, and then I heard him singing in Hairspray and was like, dude, he sounds totally different. And then I realized, like, I looked it up and it was somebody else singing, and he just lip syncs.
That's so weird. So how does he really sing? Like,
He sings like he does in The Greatest Showman.
have you seen Les Mis, the movie? Any of you guys?
Yes.
Oh, Nick, I want to make fun. Okay, so I
Nick
love it,
shakes.
but I also love to make fun of it. Okay, Juliana, the
Sing
guy,
about bread.
Eddie Redmayne, is so nasally. It's so funny. My place is here. I fight with you. And you're like, whoa, right out the nose.
Right
It's
out
so
the
funny.
nose.
It's
There
such
is
a great
no throat
movie.
opening
oh my
at
gosh.
all.
Not at all. Not at all. You've got him, and then you've got Hugh Jackman. Like, there is something I must do. You're like,
That's very accurate.
but
That's
it's
it.
good. I love it. I will take that any day. I love that
My
movie.
brother's like, I like the song about numbers.
What?
When he's singing his, it's
His
like
oh.
the criminal when they sing it-
24601.
Yeah. My brother loves that song, and he's like, I
1,
don't
2,
remember.
3,
Yeah,
4, 5, 6.
He's like, I don't remember what numbers he's singing, but he's singing them so dramatically, and he's like 5, 6, 7, 8, 1, and I'm like, yep, that's close enough. That's close enough.
I loved Russell Crowe in that movie. We've been over this so many times. Everyone's like, stop talking about Les Mis. I haven't answered the pizza question yet. I haven't been around anywhere, so I don't really know enough about pizza. But like as a kid, Pizza Hut sausage pizza, it's fantastic. I think my favorite
yours is
pizza
Pizza
I've
Hut?
been to now is weirdly enough, there's a small bar in the main town where I lived for most of my life, in the small town in the Midwest, and they've got the best meat lovers pizza I've ever had. It's so good, and I can't eat it anymore or I die. Really good.
Daniel loves meat.
Well, I mean, because the problem is, like, Monocle's is another big one in our area. And Monocle's cheese pizza and stuff, that's good. But it's like when you put too much meat on a pizza, it's usually, like, extremely greasy. And it's really gross.
Delicious.
that's part of the pizza experience.
Yeah, I was like, it's delicious.
Well, but, like, grease from cheese is different than grease from meat. I don't know.
At the end, you just
I thought you can't
you
eat
fold
pizza
the cardboard
anymore.
and you just
Oh.
chuck the cream.
Yeah, how do you
Dude,
guys
that's
eat
Casey's
your
pizza. That's Casey's pizza. You ever been to that Casey's gas station pizza? You ever had that?
When you eat gas
We don't
station
even have
pizza?
pieces over
I
here.
don't, but I'm saying people would get that all the time. And it's like their pizza, the special thing about that is you could turn it like 20 degrees and all the cheese would just slide off.
Ew.
It's disgusting.
Was it
And
even
everyone was like,
cheese?
this is so good. Probably
This is
not.
so
It's a
good.
gas station, so it's probably, I don't know, anything else? That's not how
Do
I
you
said it.
like I fold my pizza when I eat it? Always. Like I fold it right in half and then
How are you cutting your pizza? Are you doing these like reds? Or are you doing just triangle slices? What's
Triangle.
the cut situation here?
She's like, I'm doing trapezoids. We're like, get the fuck out of here.
trapezoids right
I just
in
cut a
center.
circle in the center and grab it with my fists.
I cut circles within circles within circles
Yeah.
and like eat it as a ring around my head.
Yeah, I was gonna say I do it like a ribbon, like when they cut it and like I just
It's a spiral.
yeah,
She just slurps the
spiraling
whole
all
thing up like a
around.
fucking
Yeah,
spaghetti
yeah,
piece.
Yeah.
Italian pizza.
And it's a triangle, so I just fold it in half. So I get crust
To
and
another triangle.
yeah, I get
So it's like a wide piece, and you're folding that like this.
Yeah, you've not seen people do that?
Yeah, it's just
yeah. I
Yeah,
fold
it's
it.
weird.
What?
I've seen it before. I
I
just eat it
fold
like,
it.
I ate it like God intended. Like you hold the crust and you eat the pizza.
On the eighth
Christians.
day, God made deep dish pizza.
On the 9th day, God smited those who ate pizza folded up. The sinners.
I just like it folded because it's more pizza. You get more in the bite.
Yeah, but I like to savor it, man. You can take 3 bites, you've eaten like half
Yeah,
a
I was gonna
pizza.
say that's.
Yeah, but I like to eat as many like slices as possible. So you got to just keep chomping them down before it starts
that's
expanding
funny.
in your stomach. So
I have to take so long to eat now. Yeah, I can't. I mean, my stomach is way smaller now than it used to be. Like partly because I got sick, but yeah, I mean, I
Skinny
used to.
legend?
Well, it's crazy like how much I used to eat. Like in high school for a meal, I'd have like 3 soft shell tacos, 2 like large burrito tacos, a side of rice, a side of chips, and now it's like
burrito tacos.
I'll get through half a regular tortilla
So
taco,
burritos.
and I'm like, I'm
Yeah.
full. Well, I mean, like, I don't know what you call them. There's the giant burrito tortillas and then, like, the smaller taco tortillas. I don't know.
Yeah, burritos.
Burritos.
Burrito grande. You mean burrito? I know Spanish. My name is Spanish. Therefore, I have culture.
Yes.
Yes.
I approve.
Yes.
I approve.
Spanish. ¿Cómo están? El queso. What?
How are you in the cheese?
Exactly. Everything
All
revolves back. ¿Dónde está la biblioteca? Where'd that come
Where's
from?
the library? I think that's every like basic elementary. This is what you have to say when
Right.
you're looking for the library.
Yes.
Is that Brian Regan that has a bit where he's talking about, like, we never came across any of those sayings when we were in Mexico. We never saw the drug runners on the porch with their cigars saying, like, the board goes out today. That didn't help me at all.
I hate like the language classes. Like they have you learn
Oh,
these things. And it's,
I
like,
hate language.
No, and language is very interesting to me actually. But like they always have you learn like these really formal ways of speaking
Right.
that nobody uses. So like if you're going to a country and you're like, I'm going to be proper and try to be nice to them, and then you say it some way, it would be like somebody coming up to us and being like, "How do you do today, sir?" And then you're like, "That sounds
And then
weird."
they laugh at you and they're Spanish.
Yeah.
Ew, get away from me!
Get away.
Our
Dude's a
Spanish
creep.
teacher, she was a nice lady, but our Spanish teacher, like, she skipped vosotros in Spanish, like that whole tense, completely for
Wait,
3
what?
years. And I was like, okay. We're only going to learn, I mean, there's things like that where we'd hit it in the book, and we're like, oh, we're going to skip past that. And I was like, seems important. Just so we can learn sentences like, my pencil needs sharpening. And then we just go out there and be like, sacapunta.
Yeah. Yes.
Like, nice job. Poopy tray. Nice.
Tray. Yeah, I already did.
Desk
I
and
remember all
pencil
of these.
sharpener or whatever shit, yeah.
I remember everybody used to say salchicha in my school all the time.
What does
All
that
the
mean?
time.
Sausage.
Sausage.
Ah.
They'd always say grande negro salchicha, and then I'd be like,
Oh.
funny.
Big black sausage.
Thank
Yes.
you for translating.
They used to think it was the funniest thing.
Over at my school, when they were learning about sausages, because fucking there was like a breakfast section. The big
Oh,
meme.
you mean actually, okay.
Yeah, like
You said that
legit,
like it was a math class. You're like, after trig, we had sausage class.
Oh,
Yeah, that they were learning
It's
about
not-
the sausage.
it's not a language class. It's just.
I'll get
learning
better
about
at doing
breakfast. We had a breakfast club at my high school. They made breakfast.
That sounds
We did
amazing.
too. They
Oh,
called
you
it
did?
breakfast club. Like once a
Yeah.
month or something, you'd come in at
Yeah.
fucking 5 in the a.m. and you'd
And they
bring
made
like
pancakes
yeah.
and stuff. Yeah.
We had one teacher thought she was trying to kill us. She'd just bring a pan of uncooked cinnamon rolls and be like, "Eat up."
Yum. I want to eat them. The clip of the.
It wasn't like they were slightly cooked and they were gooey. It was just straight out of the fucking can, uncooked.
Oh, it's just dough.
Just dough. And we were like, I think
Oh,
you can
I
get
thought you were
sick
being
from this.
dramatic.
And she's like, this is the best way to eat it. And we're like, I don't think you should be a teacher.
I've been chewing this first bite for 5 minutes.
I've been chewing a raw egg for the last 10 minutes.
raw egg chewing it. It's just liquid.
Now that we've talked about how apparently we read all the dark stuff in school and you guys didn't, I'm in my mind, I keep popping up all these things from school. We are that same teacher that had the uncooked cinnamon rolls recommended that we get this book of a school shooter. I guess it was a real story that he walked in, shot a bunch of people, ate lunch in the cafeteria, then went back and shot more people. And she was like, "You should read that for your report. It's good." We were like, "We're 10." And everyone here, their family owns guns. This is not
Yeah,
something that people
I was
should
exactly
know.
gonna say that. I was like, are they raising you guys to be psychopaths? Or
I'm surprised we never did have a school shooting. I was going to say, because everybody in that school by the time they were 14 had guns, except me. But I mean, it's not good. A little scary. The one kid that was insane was the one kid that didn't own guns, thankfully. He was the one that like they'd find drawings in the trash of like school staff burning in hell, and they were like, we should probably keep an eye on him.
That's awful. That's actually terrifying.
Just a little bit.
Nick, what did they do in the breakfast unit? What'd you say?
Oh no, I was gonna tell you guys when people learned about sausages, how to say sausage in Spanish. The big meme was just saying El mundo del salchichas, which was basically Weenie World.
Yeah.
And it was to the point where the teachers were getting mad and saying, like, you need to stop saying El mundo del salchichas.
They just say it out loud.
They got something against Weenie World?
We would watch movies in Spanish occasionally, but she wouldn't put up subtitles, so we'd just listen to it in Spanish, and it would be like a SpongeBob movie. So we'd be like, "¿Dónde está foto de bikini?" And you're like, "I know that one."
I love watching stuff in
Bikini
other.
Bottom.
I used to do that as a
Roberto
kid.
El Esponja.
Roberto is.
I would love watching stuff as a kid, like in the other languages. Like if it was like a disc I owned, and you could change it to the languages, and it'd be characters who have a funny voice, and then listening to how the people in the other languages attempt to do that famous character's voice.
SpongeBob in German.
Yeah.
That's great.
Mad.
It's so good. Krankenwagen. Yeah, that's ambulance, and that's always the funniest word in my mind. I love it.
Why do you know that?
My leg is broken, called a Krankenwagen. Krankenwagen. Like, just imagine this stupid little car that just putts
They're
along.
cranking it, and it's like ba-dunk, ba-dunk, ba-dunk. They have like square wheels that they have to
He's
crank.
not breathing.
They're like clowns, like coming out of a clown car, but that's like they're.
What?
That's what I picture. But that's their medical staff, and they're like honky honky.
Oh, the medical car. Okay.
Like no ambulance. It's like a clown car instead of an ambulance. Daniel, why? You're the one who were just going harkin darn
yeah.
like 1 second ago.
How did we get here from the notes?
That's a good point. I don't know. We were talking about pizza.
I don't know. We were gonna end it.
Sorry, we gotta let Nick go.
Pizza
He's gonna
time.
have late stuff again.
Yeah, I turned in my fucking quiz late by 1 minute the other day, and I got marked down 50%, and I was like,
50%?
Because if you turn stuff in late, it's 50%.
I fucking hate school so much. You have no idea.
Yeah.
I hate
So I did.
it so
I did
much.
well on it, and then my computer was like loading really slow, and I was like, come on, and then it was like 12
Oh,
o'clock
you
instead of
can
11:59,
You
and I was
can
like,
talk to them and get extension for that. That's
That happened to
dumb.
me. I was literally, I had to take a picture of my quiz. I just took it. So I took a picture on my phone, sent it to my email. I went on my email, and I clicked on the actual email, and it just would not open.
yeah.
And I was like panicking, so I sent it to a different email on a different website, and I opened that, and then I downloaded it. I went on Blackboard, went to upload it, and when I clicked on my one file, it selected like 20 to send. And I was sending like 2 episodes of the podcast, and I'm like,
Oh my god.
so I'm like
Oh my
Xing
God.
out of all the things that aren't required, and by the time I click send, it got a little pop-up that saying like you're not allowed to access this whatever. I don't know what it was.
Oh
but
my gosh.
I
That's
sent out
the
an
worst.
email. I sent out an email to my professor, and I'm like, hey, it locked me out, but I had it done on time. Here's my
Yeah.
PDF of the
So
quiz.
much.
Here's a
That's
screenshot
also
of the
me when
timestamp
I'm
when I sent it,
Panicking.
and I sent it off.
Oh.
And
That'd
he
be
didn't
like,
reply.
dude, grad school has been so nice because they just let you do almost anything.
I was waiting for Daniel to blink, and then he rolled his eyes instead. Like,
To-
he didn't
to
blink
what?
for a really long time.
Oh,
Okay, anyways.
great. Now I'm self-conscious of it.
No, you're fine. Sorry,
I don't
sorry.
blink. I cough. I am a.
I am not a robot.
I am not the
human.
robot. I like baby back ribs and what's the sauce that Mark Zuckerberg likes?
Sweet baby.
Sweet
Ray.
baby Ray's. Yeah.
Put it on my bookshelf.
I put it on my bookshelf. That is where humans put their condiments, is it not? I put my sandwich on the shelf. Mark, stop. Mark, please fucking stop. I go to eat my sandwich. Opens
He's
the book. There's a
malfunctioning.
sandwich. I'm eating my sandwich.
He eats the sandwich instead. Like, he eats the
Eats the
laptop.
book.
Like,
Puts the laptop between his sandwich.
yeah.
I'd like waffle fries. I forget where that sounds from. That's a good one.
TikTok.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
So what are you doing in my house? I'd like waffle fries.
Yes, it is
It's a great
TikTok.
sound that people have used out the ass, and I hate it.
Yep. Whenever I'm running out of time on assignments, it always makes me panic, and then I get, like, slippery fingers, and then I'm like, and I'm clicking on, like, everything, and then, like, I do, like, what Nick does, and then I click, like, everything on my screen.
That's the thing, though. I clicked on one thing, but then when I clicked attach, it added 20.
Oh my god!
Here's the podcast, along with my
you
quiz.
Just posted the podcast, and you're like, dude, I am not.
That teacher is super, like, anal about everything. He literally yells at kids in the middle of class, so I'm like, let me not send my podcast.
I hate schools so
I'm self-promoting, sir.
You know how nice it was?
That. There was the pictures from the magnets that said, like, Peppa Pig ruined my marriage. Like,
everything
was in there.
Gosh,
like
dude.
I like smoking weed.
Oh, I would have freaked out. I would have freaked the fuck out.
I was like... I got so scared.
Oh, man. If God forbid you do grad school, like the first assignment that was like late, and I was like, look, it was due at midnight. It's 3 a.m. and I'm emailing him. I'm like, please count this. And he's like, yeah. I'm like, oh, this is new. So then that's what I've just been doing forever. But now it's like, hey, this is 2 days late and it's 3 p.m. I'm turning it in now. Is that fine? He's like, yeah.
What?
It's getting to the point where it's almost annoying because it's like there's still stuff you have to get done. And there was one night I worked really hard to get all this shit done. Went into school the next day and he was like, yeah, I mean, you can just turn it in before the end of the semester in like 4 weeks. I couldn't care less. And I was like, come on, dude.
That pisses me off. That pisses me off, bro. Like, I hate it when it's like you work all night and it was like, oh my gosh, they gave us no time to do this. I had to stay up all night doing it. And the teacher's like, well, just because so many people didn't get it done, I'm going to extend the deadline. And I'm like, fuck you guys. Stay up and ruin your life. Ruin your life like I do.
You hate Hermione, but that's exactly something she did in the class because I just was listening to that chapter on a walk the other day.
Don't compare me to.
You got served by Hermione.
I'm not Hermione.
Mr. Krabs there.
Don't tell me Hermione. I'm not like Hermione. I don't have only guy friends. I'm not like her.
Pretty sure you called her a cunt.
Oh my god.
You hate. Oh, it was such a good episode though. I love that. It's so funny when I don't know. I just think even stuff you love, you have to be able to joke about it. And it's the people that can't, like, I don't know. I think that's kind of pathetic. A little
Boo,
bit.
sensitive baby.
You don't want to be disrespected, but I mean, like, to the point of, I don't know. I think there's a line that's
be disrespectful. You guys can make fun of Adam Driver all you want.
But, like, I don't mean it. Like, I like him, and he's a good actor.
One of my friends was like, I really liked him. Like, he was one of my favorite actors. And I was like, what?
Yeah, and then
she
said
until you
with your sexual perversion.
I'm 3 weeks behind in Italian now, so.
Oh my god, Julianna. What?
It says the amount of estimated time it will take you to finish the assignments, and it's like 37 hours, and I'm like, oh.
Why? You gotta do it, girl.
Well, you see, it's because of my biology class. She assigned so much, so everybody in that biology class, they hate her. She's a nice lady, but she assigns way too much, and it literally takes up all of our time. Like, I know people who've had to quit their jobs because of this teacher.
Do we have the same bio teacher we used to?
Yeah, because they don't have time. They don't have time to do their jobs because it's like so much. It's all busy work though. It's ridiculous.
Jesus. That's the only class I dropped out of in high school was an AP Bio because same thing. Like the teacher was fine, but I mean it was just packets and packets of shit every day. I was like, how do you have this much paper to print stuff? And it took so much time. I was like, I gotta be done. I can't do this. So then I dropped out and I joined a film class that had 4 other people in it, and we just filmed some stuff and then walked around the school half the time. It was a great way to end senior year.
Sounds way more interesting. My friend who was also an engineer, they had like all 4.0s on everything but their AP biology class. I was the only one.
Oh, I meant high school. Sorry.
Yeah, in high school. Yeah. Oh. Why would they be taking AP biology in
You have to. In a lot of colleges, you have to take bio.
AP?
I don't know. I mean, same thing. AP Bio is a first level college class bio, I think. Good place to end.
Let Nick do his homework. Good night. I'm going to eat for the first time today.
Oh, come on, man. You got to eat. Come on, man. Whatever Biden says. It's all right. We couldn't end this episode without bringing Biden into it.
I'll see you guys.
Bye.
Bye.